King Von, aka Davon Bennett.
I'ma bring out the chopper for this. We gon' slap to his block with the sticks. Police rush don't get caught in the blitz.
Now, as you know, King Von was a BD from Killer Ward on 78th and Hermitage, but he claimed O Block on 64th and King Drive. Von was signed to Dirk's label, OTF and Empire Distribution.
Cool, I can do that, boo. What you want, some shoes? Jimmy Choo with a handbag too. Red up, baby blue.
And like many other rappers, he did a few interviews. But the one that stood out like a sore thumb was the one he did with DJ Five Venoms and Tariq Sharif on his platform, Rolling Loud, featured on Twitch. They were live on a segment called The Leak, which allows artists to give updates about their music releases, upcoming projects, etc. The interview began like any other, but soon left Von incredibly suspicious.
They want to know if you do a feature with Modell, P5, Malcolm. You know them? Nah. Alright, never mind. He already told us about Tuka. He said Tuka one of his favorites to work with. They want to know about the Gleesh Place video.
Oh, Gleesh Place coming soon. And I do a feature with all them niggas. Tell them just send them money.
Yeah, we need that bag. 100 racks. 100 racks a feet.
I don't think they got it.
My boy charging 100 racks.
Don't get me started on this bitch. I be ticking. Y'all don't know me. Y'all don't know. I be ticking on this bitch. Say the names who went through the features again.
He'd have to scroll up. I can't even see that shit.
Hey, y'all, listen to the names he said went through the feature.
We'll get a clip of it and we'll send it to you.
Alright, tell me the names. Listen to the names he said went through a feature with.
They want to know if you'd ever do a song with Young and Ace, Jada Youngin, and K. I don't know who that K artist.
No, say the other names you said.
You gotta scroll up so I can read that. Can you do that for me? Hold on. It was. No, scroll up a little more, If you do a feature with Modell, Tariq, P5, or Malcolm.
Still the fuck. Look out, folks, look.
That's a no, right? I'm assuming that's a no.
Hey, folks can talk the fuck you on some police shit.
At first, it seems like he doesn't recognize the names, but then says he's willing to do a feature, but he doesn't know if they'll have the money. But how could he know a thing like that if he doesn't know who they are? He then tells the host to repeat the names of the individuals he was asked to do a feature with so that his folks could hear their names, and they look shocked as well. Let's take a look at who Malcolm, P5, Modell, and Tariq are to see if there are any connections. P5, aka Derek Johnson. P5, or Crack, was a GD from Gyro City. One of his gang members was Darren Williams, aka 50 Shots. On August 8th, 2012, Tony Dunn, or White, who was a BD of O Block, was chilling in his hood on the 6300 block of South King Drive around 11:30 p.m. As police officers were patrolling the area, they witnessed 50 Shots shoot Whitey in the back. He then exchanged fire with the police and was struck in the leg. Whitey, who was 19 at the time, was rushed to Stroger Hospital, but was later pronounced dead. 50 shots fled the scene, but was later apprehended and taken in. This only left the BDs demanding retribution, and they'd soon have it. P5 was said to have been smashing J Mona's baby mama, who, like Whitey and King Von, was from O Block. This only fueled the fire even more, and only 2 months later, P5 would potentially pay the price of revenge in cold blood. On October 29th, 2012, P5, who was known for trapping and getting money, received a phone call asking him to meet around the 6200 block of South Eberhard Avenue. Unfortunately for him, he was allegedly being lured into a trap. Supposedly, J Money, L.A. Capone, and King Von were 3 of a gang of shooters who put 9 to his body and 6 to his face. The 23-year-old was rushed to Stroger Hospital, but sometime later was pronounced dead. P5's brother, Robert Grayer, posted on Facebook when King Von died, "Y'all just don't know how much I pray for this day. Hashtag King Crack." Doesn't seem like a coincidence to me. Modell McCambry. Modell was a GD of STL and EBT from 63rd and St. Lawrence. He was cousin to Doc, So Icy, and Chicken, who were also GDs. Initially, he was just a regular church-going kid who had graduated high school, but all that changed on April 28th, 2012. On that day, Doc was painting at his aunt's house in Woodlawn. He decided to take a break and head to the convenience store. While passing through a field, he was sprayed, allegedly by T. Roy and one other, and ended up falling into a patch of weeds. Hours later, Modell, who must have lost track of time, was hurrying through the field, trying not to break curfew. At this life-changing moment, he then discovered Doc's body, which had been there for quite some time. After attending his cousin's funeral, Modell picked up a gun and never looked back. On October 13th, 2012, Modell was on the 6300 block of South Rose Avenue. His cousin, Miles Turner, was nearby and visiting a friend home from college when he spotted Modell taking fire in the middle of the street. Miles tried to save his cousin, but was also shot in the process. Although Miles was shot multiple times, he ended up surviving after spending some time in ICU. But Modell, who was shot in the chest, soon passed away after being rushed to Stroger Hospital. Although his shooter was never caught, there was speculation that Von was responsible for the body. Yet, there's no proof. Tyreek Levat. Tyreek was from Atlanta, Georgia. He worked guest services at the Hilton and also security at Burlington. It is claimed that he was a blood from ATL, yet he only appeared to be an average 9-to-5 worker. There has been speculation that he beat up Bezu from THF 46, but that is yet to be proven. On March 31st, 2019, Tyreek decided to attend a party on Landrum Drive in Southwest Atlanta. It was alleged that Von and a few others got the drop on his location and decided to pay him a little visit. Around 10:30 p.m. that night, at Hidden Village Apartments, gunfire erupted, wounding 5 men. 3 men were treated for non-threatening injuries, 1 was left in critical condition, and 1 was pronounced dead at Grady Memorial Hospital. That 1 was Tyreek. Investigators told the news station that a fight had erupted between 2 groups of men just moments before the shooting. Tyreek was just 27 when he died, and supposedly, Von pulled the trigger. Malcolm Stuckey. Malcolm was a college basketball player and museum janitor. Now, according to some, he didn't bang, but according to others, he was either of Willie World, Willieville, or No Love City. If you have any insight, drop me a couple of lines in the comment section. On May 29, 2014, he decided to attend a friend's birthday party on LaSalle Street. Little did he know, there was tension brewing pre his arrival. His plans to go hoop after the party, sadly, would never be seen through. Laminda Jones, mother of the birthday boy, was letting one party goer know that she would not have any mess in her house. The person accused, being King Von, assured Laminda he wasn't on any bullshit, but by that time, he had already spotted 2 rival gang members. There are claims that he felt that he was being grilled or stared down, so he just smiled and left. Supposedly, he called someone in the party and demanded that they take the kids in the house. For those who knew Von, they knew this was not a request to be taken lightly. As Malcolm pulled up in his burgundy Grand Prix, Von was making his way back to the party. Now, allegedly, Von's partner pulled up a block away in an Alero and dropped he and one other in the alley. Malcolm exited the porch from the sidewalk and began to smoke. According to Michael Wade, the other shooter who initially wrote a statement on Von, who is also Wooski's big brother, one of their ops was on the porch and happened to notice he and Von approaching. Therefore, he began to run. Michael said that's when they opened fire and began asking him why he was running from them. Michael stated by the time he made it to the house where the incident began, Malcolm was face down, bleeding out in his work uniform, and was pronounced dead at the scene by 6:09 p.m. Another man was hit in the jaw, breaking it, and another was shot in the foot. He said they then hopped in the Alero and sped off. Von, being that Chirac demon, refused any cooperation. Michael initially agreed to testify against Von, but later recanted his statement. Both were acquitted of murder, and Von was released. Michael, placing himself at the scene of the crime, was charged with aggravated battery and was sentenced to 28 years in prison. He would have only gotten 16 had he not reneged on his deal with the DA to testify against Von. Going back to the interview, one can only wonder who Salty Knob 13, a subscriber on Twitch, really is.
That's a no, right? I'm assuming that's a no.
Hey, supposed to talk the fuck you on some police shit?
I don't even. Who are those? Am I supposed to know who they are?
Man, them people is dead. You bogus. Nah, I'm just glad. What's that? Let's go to the next question.
No, that's crazy. They had me violate like that.
Dead. Hey, you with that shit? Fuck 63rd.
I mean, you have your everyday trolls, but this person seemed to have made a deep impact on Von's reaction. Let's hope Von never found out who he was. Rest in peace to all those who lost their lives.